Hey everybody, it's Glenn back with another Clash Royale analysis video. No Tilt League is continuing. We got a really good game here featuring Ah Craaaap and Egor. Ah Craaaap representing Blastoff and Egor from Team Liquid. So we got Egor starting off already with Wallbreakers. So we should stop right here and say immediately Egor split the Wallbreakers just to see exactly what Ah Craaaap would do, but Ah Craaaap put out Goblin Hut. So right now, within the first few seconds of this game, it's kind of clear. I mean, understanding that this is a pro level match, that Egor is going to be running Wallbreakers with Miner. Now it's just a matter of what is the setup that's going to lead Miner to get to the tower and Wallbreakers to the tower. Ah Craaaap, we don't know yet, but at least for him, he can at least set up to begin how he's going to play defense. Egor still has to kind of understand exactly what Ah Craaaap is going to be coming with, and I talk about this a lot in past videos and for the games that I play. If you see the games that I play, I talk about you have to figure out what your opponent is running as fast as possible so you know how to prepare your lineup against it. So we got Hut still alive. It only got hit by one of the two Wallbreakers there. Got some Spirit Golems just to kind of cycle through. These bats, now normally, if you probably would see some other games where these bats would kind of hover on one side and then start to run, and the Miner would come in and then plant to where the princess is taking care of the bats. Miner gets a few extra shots in. This still kind of is this feeling out period between both players where not sure really which way they want to go. So bats get played in the center. Spirit Golem takes care of them, but I mean the bats are gone anyway. So Egor times that log perfectly to get rid of those 3 extra Spirit Golems. Here comes Miner. And Barbarian Hut gets played. You would have to guess that, I mean, all the pros, and we talk about, we're going to be talking about Tornado in this game, because you got to presume everybody has Tornado. It's been talked about for the past week about how it's going to be reworked for the next season. Tornado again did not get used here. Barbarian Hut get used. So it looks like Ah Craaaap is setting up for something really big. Not necessarily. It could be one of the golems. It could be a spawner deck. Who knows? But it looks like with this Barbarian Hut here, he's setting up for something big, just as that Miner gets played right here. So those Barbarians like, oh, I guess I should go after the Miner. Here comes Wallbreakers, but that gets stopped by Baby Dragon. Let me pause right here and go back to those Wallbreakers, because you might have seen this. A lot of pros talk about positioning and placement of specific cards, and this one right here by the Wallbreakers was very key. So if we go back here, and Egor plays them not directly on the bridge where both of them would come in. He plays them off to the left, and by doing that, the Wallbreakers will go one after the other. If they were played both up here right on the bridge together, they both go in at the same time. So it allows for some possibility of maybe at least one of them getting to the tower or to a building at least by playing it this way. If he had played it straight up right on the bridge, then they're both going to get hit by a splash attack at the same time. Well, this just happened to be the case where Ah Craaaap was ready with a Baby Dragon, and he takes care of both of them. So we got a push. Well, not necessarily a push, but we got a double attack here by Ah Craaaap. He's sitting pretty well here, because they haven't done anything over here on the left side, Egor's left side tower. But just to have Barbarians running down here is it's just it signals to Egor, hey, he has to take care of this. He can't just leave this alone here. He has to spend some elixir over here to take care of this. Meanwhile, this E Dragon comes in, and now it's kind of obvious if you're kind of playing the what is the win condition game in your head, you're probably thinking, okay, at this point, it's probably going to be Elixir Golem. It could be regular Golem, but you probably wouldn't run. Barbarian Hut with a regular Golem. It looks like it's going to be Elixir Golem because Electric Dragon is in this lineup here. So now that we kind of guessed that, it's now up to Egor to figure out, okay, where we're going to go and how we're going to deal with Elixir Golem when it comes in. Again, another Wallbreakers placement, but they're going to go after the Barbarian Hut. They don't even get there. This E-Dragon, I'm surprised there isn't more E-Dragon usage. Does really good damage here on the right side tower and battle here on the left side tower. So despite all that, and he has not played, Ah Craaaap has not played Elixir Golem at all yet. I mean, it's not even like, it's a very reasonable Elixir play. And he could probably just dump this, repeatedly and just have Egor be tested and tested and tested. But he decides to wait on it. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point now that Elixir Golem is hiding in these three cards right here. It's just a matter of when it's going to be played. So while that's happening, we have this amazing poison placement by Egor right here to take care of this hut and this Princess Tower. This was unbelievable. I mean, it avoids the King Tower, gets the Princess Tower and this hut. Like that's just a pro level play. It is unbelievable. And here comes Miner, another attack. You hope to get those bats on there, but they get stopped by Tornado. And that sets up the opening for the Wallbreakers to come in. And oh my goodness, when I saw that Barbarian Hut get played, I was like, oh my goodness. That's the save of the game right there, because if those Wallbreakers get to the tower completely free, this game is totally different. But Ah Craaaap had to spend 7 just to stop that from happening. I mean, that was amazing. I'm gonna rewind it again because I had talked earlier about Wallbreakers placement. He stops the bats. Now Ah Craaaap had to stop the bats because those bats would have been on the tower. Because that's kind of the idea, as I talked earlier about how those bats will kind of just fly along, and then the Miner will come in, and then these bats get free damage because Princess has to take care of one of them, either the Miner or the bats here. Princess was already taking care of the Miner. Those bats would have gotten free and done a ton of damage, but he had to stop it, so he used Tornado here. That left the opening for Wallbreakers. Now, again, I talked about the specific Wallbreakers placement. Egor was going straight for the tower because he sensed that this was the opportunity to come in and just do massive damage on the tower with Wallbreakers. Let's put them in together at the same time. And the Barbarian Hut comes in. So all of that, Ah Craaaap spent 7 just to block it and didn't really block it. And not only did he not block it, sort of, but now this tower is damaged. So we're going to go into a double elixir time where Ah Craaaap is trailing in elixir to Egor. They're both split, not going after the same side of the tower. So you have to think about, like, okay, not necessarily whose turn is it, but who's going to be making the call on where we're going to be going next, where our focus will be. It could be Ah Craaaap if he goes to the left side, because if he goes to the left side, he can protect this tower here. He already has a Barbarian Hut coming strong coming down here, and this is only 1934. Now, this is 1206. It's a big difference. But at least he'll be able to protect this tower, which is heavily damaged, and make a push down here with Battle Healer, Elixir Golem, and E-Dragon. Or he could go to the right side and say, okay, I already have this tower down. It's going to be up to Egor to stop me. And, I could probably figure out a way to stop Miner and Wallbreakers. And hopefully that will be enough to get the win. So looking at it from this perspective, now Egor really only has, not necessarily he only has one option, but his best option is just to keep running Wallbreakers and Miner on this left side tower, because going right here is not gonna be enough in a minute. He has to keep running it on the right side here. So he has one option, one really good option, and then not really any other fantastic options. Ah Craaaap has a choice. He can go to the left or the right side. So if you look at this case here in terms of who's going to make the next call on where we're going in terms of our focus, it's really, I'd say, Ah Craaaap. I think it's Ah Craaaap to make the call on where we're going to go next. So we got a minute to go. Who's going to make the call? And it ends up being... Well, okay, so I was waiting for it because I saw the bats here, and you're thinking, like, okay, the bats are coming. They're going to take care of these barbarians here. This tower may be gone, and the miner should get in. But here comes this Elixir Golem, so let's play this out. Might have to play this part again a few times here. Here comes Miner. And this is kind of the plan. Now, this is unfortunate right here because these barbarians spawn out on the depth of the hut. If this were the past couple seasons when this was not a part of the Barbarian Hut buff, these bats are on the tower. It's really amazing. You can kind of play the what if game here, where if Barbarian Hut didn't if the hut didn't spawn 2 barbarians on death, these bats are on the tower. This tower's down like almost immediately, and this Elixir Golem's not even at the tower yet. I mean, at the bridge. But because they do spawn, they don't get to the tower, and they come back just enough for the princess to take care of them. And meanwhile, while that's going on, it seemed like, I should say, while that's going on, Ah Craaaap is preparing his line here. He had Battle Healer, Baby Dragon, and you have to wonder now if Egor can cycle back over. If he can cycle back one more time, he should be fine, and they can tower trade. But he's going to have to figure out a way to stop this, which we're going to find out in a moment. He had poison. They all get evaporated. Another E-Golem comes in. And you think, oh, Igor's got this pretty down. But that doesn't look to be the case. And because that didn't look to be the case, Miner had to come in and try to save this. You have the E-Dragon here. You got Battle Healer, E-Golem, Baby Dragon. This is a really... Oh, no, that was a second... E-Dragon. So you kind of assume now that this tower is going to be down in a second. Let's rewind this here. So with all of this mess going on here, you have to kind of presume that this tower is going to go down at any moment. Can Egor figure out a way to get anything over here? He's already played the miner, so that idea is gone. He decides to play Wallbreakers. He plays Wallbreakers. Now, Wallbreakers, again, it's about the placement here. Wallbreakers is off to the left, not direct, because I know it's 330. I believe that would not have been enough to take down the tower. I don't think one of them would have been enough to take down the tower. I think it would have had to been both of them or a mix of it. But do they get there? No, they don't with Tornado, and that was it. And Ah Craaaap gets the win. So Ah Craap's decision to go to the right side where he had Egor's tower lower there paid off, and that was the game. I mean, it was it was pretty amazing, because you have to presume that if we go back here, that last push where those bats came in. I try to find it here in all of this. Right here, this was the opportunity. It kind of sensed as this Eagle was coming down that this was the opportunity for Egor to take the tower. If he could take the tower in this position right here, then he could sell out all the way over here. But that didn't happen. So this felt like this was the main primary opportunity for Egor to get this tower. It didn't happen, and then Ah Craap, who didn't use his poison until right then, goes right here, and then he just overloads everybody. That forces Egor to play everything. My Spirit Goblins, Miner, and that was it. Or that wasn't it. He still had an opportunity with Wallbreakers, but Tornado's there. It's gonna be I would say it's gonna be fascinating how Tornado will play moving forward, because it's been talked about. We mentioned in the beginning. It's been talked about Tornado's gonna be changed. All the pros have it in their lineup, in their main lineups. We see it in pro play. We saw it here. It saved the game for Ah Craap. And if you look at the stats here, he used it twice, and he used it twice in the situations that were very, very key, especially the end there and those two bats. Not the two bats, but the situation where the miner was already on the tower and the bats came in, and he had to stop it there. That allowed Egor to play Wallbreakers, where Ah Craap had to play. Well, I would say he had to play Barbarian Hut. Now, if you look back at this game, you think, okay, if he had played Barbarian, if he just let it go, if he had let those Wallbreakers go, they still do damage to the tower. But that Barbarian Hut gets played on the right side instead, and then comes an even bigger push for E-Golem here. He didn't play E-Golem until a minute to go. Only played it twice. Played Battle Hero 3 times. That was enough. The first time was enough to do damage on the left side tower, where, again, we talked about is what was Ah Craap going to go? Was he going to go to the left side, or was he going to go on the right side? It was really that first battle healer that made that possible here. And then those E-Dragons, man, I don't know. I'm scared of E-Dragon. I am. I don't know if any other people are. Now, I know it's not like a heavily used epic, but man, every time I see it, I just get a freak out, because it's like you just know it's going to do great damage as a support. So this was a really wild game. You know, congrats to Ah Craap for getting this game here. And yeah, it's another fun week watching No Tilt League. The games have been amazing. So I'm going to end it here. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe wherever you're watching this. And I'll see you in the next video.